The takeover. The Caitlin Clark takeover continues as Forbes lists Caitlin Clark as the highest earner in the WNBA for the 2025 year. The girl only played in 13 games, y'all. The takeover, it is official. Caitlin Clark taking this
$12.1 million. That's the amount Caitlin Clark made in 2025, according to Forbes, making her the highest paid player in the WNBA. But here's the part that really stands out. She only played in 13 games all season because of an injury. Just 13 games. Despite that limited playing time, she still earned far more than every other player in the league. This shows the power of the Caitlin Clark effect. Her name, talent, and marketability generate enormous revenue for the league, from ticket sales to TV ratings to sponsorship deals. Even without playing a full season, her presence alone commands attention and drives income that few other players can match. It also highlights the growing impact of star players in women's basketball. The league benefits massively when stars like Clark are on the court, but it also shows how much their earning potential can outpace others, even in a limited season. In short, Clark's 2025 earnings are not just about her salary. They're a reflection of her influence on the WNBA's popularity and profitability. Her ability to generate revenue, attract viewers, and elevate the league demonstrates why she is considered the most powerful player in the sport today. This is a clear example of how one superstar can change the financial landscape of an entire league.
NBA, Caitlin Clark tops this list, and I think her number is higher than that. I think it's higher than that. But Caitlin Clark tops the list at $12.1 million, followed by Sabrina Ionescu, Angel Reese, and Paige Beckers. Now let's go over to Forbes. Let's go over
the 2025
Forbes
list of the world's highest paid female athletes reveals some striking numbers. The top 20 players earned a combined $293 million, up 13% from 2024. That increase sounds impressive, but looking closer shows where the money actually comes from. Most of it is not from salaries but from endorsements, sponsorships, and other personal deals. Caitlin Clark ranks 11th overall, behind 10 athletes from tennis, golf, and other individual sports. She is the first team sport athlete on the entire list. Other WNBA stars follow her. Sabrina Ionescu is 13th with $10.5 million, Angel Reese is 15th with $9.4 million, and Paige Bueckers, still in college at the time, earned $9.1 million, ranking 16th. This highlights a major issue in the WNBA. Only a handful of players make massive money, while most players rely mainly on league salaries. Star power drives earnings, but the league still faces challenges in giving all players fair financial opportunities.
Golf, this is for heavy hitters. This is for the heavy hitters right here. Okay. It says the gender pay gap is less severe in individual sports than in team sports, but it is still not a level playing field. For example, so the people like at the top of this list, you're gonna see a lot of tennis players, people that do individual sports with no teams. Obviously, if you're in the WNBA, majority of, and you made this list majority, 95.
If Caitlin Clark were truly paid based on her impact on the league, she would be competing with Coco Gauff for the very top spot on the list of highest paid female athletes. Think about what she brings to the WNBA. Her games set record television ratings, with playoff broadcasts reaching as many as 3.4 million viewers. Merchandise featuring her name and number sold more than any other NBA player except Steph Curry last fall on Fanatics. Every arena she visits sells out, even on the road, giving home teams a boost just from her drawing power. Off-season events like golf tournaments expand coverage when she appears because of the attention she generates. The comparison may seem bold, but it is accurate. Caitlin Clark's value goes far beyond her WNBA salary. In terms of cultural influence and revenue creation, she deserves compensation similar to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander or a Jaylen Brown-level contract, hundreds of millions of dollars. Her presence drives the league's growth, boosts visibility, and elevates women's basketball to heights no single player has achieved before. She is worth every bit of that recognition.
If Caitlin Clark was getting paid the way she should in the WNBA, she'd be at the top of this list. Because she should, Caitlin Clark deserves NBA. Caitlin Clark deserves Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Oklahoma City Supermax contract money. That she deserves the Jaylen Brown $300 million basketball contract. That is what Caitlin Clark means to women's basketball, to WNBA, and basketball itself. I think Caitlin Clark is the biggest star in the sport at this point, not named LeBron James, who's on his way out. I think Caitlin Clark's the biggest star in.
Here's the reality check. The WNBA's current collective bargaining agreement caps rookie salaries at $76,000 for first-round picks. Caitlin Clark, the biggest star the league has seen in decades, earned exactly that amount in her rookie season with the Indiana Fever. That's her entire basketball salary. Meanwhile, she brought in millions for the league through ticket sales, merchandise, TV deals, and sponsor interest. The numbers simply don't match her actual impact. Forbes pointed out that Clark missed 31 of the Fever's 44 regular season games due to injury, plus all 8 playoff contests. Yet she still earned more than any other WNBA player because her influence goes far beyond the court. Her presence alone drives attention and revenue. The Annika Golf Tournament illustrated this perfectly. The Golf Channel didn't just cover her participation. They expanded their entire coverage. They live-streamed her warm-up, conducted a walk-and-talk interview during her round, and restructured their media approach entirely around her. A basketball player changed how a golf tournament was presented to the public. That's not typical influence. That is transcendent star power. Caitlin Clark isn't just a player. She is a cultural and financial force in women's sports, commanding attention and revenue in ways few athletes ever have.
They're not named Steph Curry. That tells you how lit it is. That tells you it's a movie when Caitlin pop out. It's a real movie, okay? Here it says, not named Steph Curry, and has forthcoming signature shoe from Nike. Yeah, the CC signature shoe is going to jump off the shelves. To leverage her appearance on the course, the Golf Channel expanded its coverage of the tournament, live streaming her warm-up and conducting a walk-and-talk in-round interview. Well, like golf, they're not used to that many people being tapped in. That's why they always want her back. Every offseason, they want Caitlin Clark to show up.
Sabrina Ionescu ranks 13th on the list with $10.5 million. She came off a championship season in 2024, though the New York Liberty were eliminated in the first round of the 2025 playoffs. But Ionescu's earning power goes far beyond her on-court performance. She secured major sponsorship deals with brands like Michelle Abaltra and Nike, appeared in 2 Super Bowl commercials, joined the ownership group of NWSL's Bay FC, and earned a $1 million check from Unrivaled just for playing in their inaugural season. Her Nike signature shoe line is also one of the brand's most popular models. That $1 million from Unrivaled is particularly striking. The league paid top players that amount for a short, part-time commitment during the WNBA offseason. That is more than most WNBA athletes earn in an entire year from their actual basketball contracts. This example highlights a major trend. For many top players, the biggest earnings come from endorsements, side projects, and outside leagues, not from the WNBA itself. While these athletes are famous for their WNBA careers, their real financial opportunities often exist elsewhere. It underscores the gap between league salaries and the value superstar players bring to the sport.
International and away luggage joined the ownership group of NWSL's Bay FC and was featured in 2 Super Bowl commercials for Michelob Ultra and Nike. And she also collected $1 million from Unrivaled in their inaugural season. She got a free $1 million off them to be a part-time player. Her signature shoe is among the most popular models from the swoosh. Sabrina Ionescu shoes are definitely lit. At number 15, get that money, girl. Angel Reese coming in at $9.4 million. Okay, and then, Jesus, right under her, you got paid.
Angel Reese, ranked 15th with $9.4 million, illustrates a clear trend. Just 2 years into her professional career, she has launched a signature Reebok shoe, walked the Victoria's Secret runway, appeared in a Netflix movie, and graced the cover of NBA magazine. She has built a media presence far beyond the court because her actual WNBA salary, $74,000 in 2024, barely covers any expenses. As she said on Instagram Live, "The WNBA doesn't pay my bills at all." This highlights the huge gap between what players earn from playing versus what they make from their fame and endorsements.
The WNBA don't pay my bills at all. Reese, who had a salary of $74,000 this year with the Chicago Sky, said on Instagram Live in October 2024, "I don't even think it pays one of my bills, literally." Well, that's bad money management, you know what I'm saying? But hey, Paige Becker's coming in at $9.1 million, man. So this is all good stuff. But again, the GOAT, Caitlin Clark, tops the list for all WNBA players for 2025, bringing in that money. Get down in
The 2025 Forbes list of highest paid female athletes reveals a lot about the WNBA and its stars. The league has successfully created players who can command millions in endorsements. Brands want to work with Caitlin Clark, Sabrina Ionescu, and Angel Reese. Fans buy their merchandise, watch their content, and follow their off-court projects. The WNBA has done a great job building individual star power, but the league itself isn't capturing the full value through player salaries. The problem is clear. The biggest stars make most of their money from sources outside the league. Compare this to the NBA, where top players earn $40 to $50 million from basketball alone with endorsements on top. LeBron James, for example, makes around $50 million from the Lakers and another $70 million from endorsements. In the WNBA, the basketball salary is tiny, so stars must rely heavily on sponsorships, media appearances, and side projects to reach their true market value. Caitlin Clark's case is extreme. She earned $12.1 million in 2025, mostly from endorsements, despite missing most of the season due to injury. Her presence alone drives TV ratings, merchandise sales, and fan engagement. The Annika Golf Tournament even changed its coverage to feature her. That shows her star power transcends basketball. Yet her WNBA salary was just $76,000, highlighting a massive gap between her league pay and her actual value. The WNBA provides the platform that makes these earnings possible. Without the league, Clark wouldn't be able to monetize her fame at this level. This creates a strange dynamic. The league gains credibility, attention, and cultural relevance from its stars, while the stars earn most of their money outside the court.
Subscribe and share the channel.
The league's current structure is a chicken and egg problem. It needs stars like Clark to grow revenue, but it can't pay them fully until revenue increases. Meanwhile, players are proving that the market exists, they just capture it themselves. Forbes shows that women's sports are on the rise, with earnings up 13% year over year. Brands are investing, media coverage is expanding, and fan interest is growing. Caitlin Clark has changed the conversation about women's basketball. She has shown that elite players can command huge earnings, even in a team sport with traditional salary limits. The question now is whether the WNBA can evolve its business model to pay stars what they are truly worth while maintaining league stability, or if this divide between superstar earnings and role player salaries will continue.